Well, good morning everyone. So what the heck are we up to today? So here we are in Calgary and we're in a hotel at the Calgary airport. And what are we doing here? Well, we are getting ready to go on a polar expedition. So we are with Quirk Expeditions and we got a cruise booked, an 18-day cruise booked to go through the Northwest Passage to Newfoundland. Sorry, there's been a bit of a change in our plans. We were going to fly to Resolute and get on the plane there and make our way up to the ship. But now they've changed the plan. We're going to go to Greenland instead. So it's going to be cool. We're going to fly to Coppermine. No, not Coppermine. We're going to go to Churchill, fuel up, and then we're going to go to Iqaluit, and then we're going to go to Greenland. It's going to be a real long day. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to be down for breakfast at 4 o'clock in the morning. And from there we're going to head to the airport and start our journey. Here we are at the FBO, waiting to board the plane at the Calgary airport. And we're hanging out here with Doug and Teresa. Oh, you got to see this smile. Look at this. Boy, look how cheerful Teresa is in the morning. Isn't that just awesome? Plane we're getting on, so AVD 100. Set up for short landings and takeoff on gravel airstrip. There's the rest of the FBO. We're just coming into Churchill. Lots of water here. Downtown, I guess.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and ensure all carry-on baggage remains stowed until the aircraft comes to a complete and final stop. Or all carry-on baggage remains stowed until the aircraft comes to a complete and final stop and the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. Use caution when opening the overhead bins, as articles may have shifted during the flight. Please check the seat pockets in front.
Everyone's off the bus now. And we're just waiting to get onto these Zodiacs that are just showing up here. And there's the ship in the harbor. So not a very long trip over to where the ship is. So we should be on there enjoying happy hour before we know it.
Hey. Come this way. You might have starved your film already.
Yeah, that's all right.
Swap hand. Give me your. Whoa, that was a strong.
I've got good balance.
Yeah, you do.
I'm full.
Can you please take your backpack off? And you guys can slide backwards so we
Our first day, we were leaving Greenland, heading for the open ocean. We're in kind of a long fjord. We got pretty big mountains, or well, fair sized mountains, I guess here. Yeah. Be interesting to see how it feels like when it gets out in the open water. I thought there was going to be big glaciers closer to Greenland and we're going to go up the shore, but we're not. We're going to go right across to Baffin Island. So we should be back in Canada pretty soon. So today we're going to spend the day at sea. Here's the lifeboats and stuff on this deck. Ultramarine. This is the one we're supposed to head into, number 3. The people in my deck. Yeah, so far the weather has been pretty good. Kind of around freezing, I think, this time of year. Not too cold. Mid-October, 19th October. Call it Greenland, but it doesn't look very green. You could call it brown land. Oh yeah, now she's starting to. A bit of a swell here now, you can feel it. We'll get on the bow here and have a look. I guess we'll be leaving Greenland behind. We all will see a Greenland. Not too spectacular. And we're heading back over to Canada. We were supposed to land in Resolute, but it didn't work out that way because I don't know, the weather wasn't that good, and they don't have much of an airport there, so they weren't able to fly in there with the fog, so we came to Greenland instead. I've been wandering around for I don't know, about half hour, 45 minutes, and have not seen one person. I went all the way up to the 7th deck and I haven't seen one person anywhere. So I guess yeah, too early for breakfast. So I don't know what time is it. Must be oh, let's see, it's 5:11, so it gets light fairly early here, Toronto time. But there isn't the first place even open for breakfast is 7:30, so I guess I should head back to my cabin and get a couple more hours of sleep. But I just thought, well, I should get a few shots here while we're leaving Greenland. There's the winch, or the anchors. We're going to see if we can get to the bridge. Here, we're on the bridge here, having a look around, and we did finally find some people. So this is a little deck they use for when they're docking the ship, so you can see the side of it fairly well. So we're leaving Greenland. We're cruising around 13 knots, which is kind of the cruising speed for this. It'll go a little faster, but just ends up burning more fuel. So the captain is from Chile. He's let us have a look around the bridge. Not too busy today. I just have some cameras of the aft areas of the ship. He saw me on the display when I was wandering around there. Doesn't look too hard, I could do it. Where's the gas pedal? I don't see a gas pedal.
You know where's our wheel now? We don't have more this big wheel.
No, yeah, a little more exciting. A little more exciting if there's big waves. Yeah. Is the throttle to control it?
Here.
Okay.
We have two.
You just set it. Yeah.
We set the RPMs and depends on the current on the speed.
Okay.
We will see how much.
Oh, I see. So that's the last we'll see of Greenland, and in front of us just be open ocean going across today. We'll give you a last little shot of Greenland. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I mean, I don't have a patio on my in my cabin, but I have a beautiful window. So on the third deck, so it's pretty low. You can just sit here and watch the waves. We've just gotten off the Zodiac here, and it looks like pretty much everyone on the ship is here. And we're just going to go for a little walk around town. I guess they said we could just wander off where we wanted to. So hopefully we won't get in any trouble here. The RCMP is here. This used to be a distant early warning station. And there's a sled dog there. So this is the only Inuit community that we're going to visit. Hopefully I'll get a picture of the sign of the name of it, because I'm unable to pronounce it. The boats are kind of interesting here. You'd think they look more like river boats. They're quite narrow, but they're not made here. So all this stuff, the supplies come in here twice a year by the big freighter that comes in. So all this stuff comes from wherever, and they bring it in here. They have tours and stuff around town, but I figured I don't need a tour guide. I'm not going to get lost. They said we could just wander around on our own if we wanted. There you go. So there's the name of the town. I'm going to go for a walk along the beach here, see if there's last day of summer. Just kind of wonder if there's any girls in bikinis down here swimming, but I haven't spotted any. It's probably about, I don't know, 2 or 3 degrees maybe. Quite a bit colder on this side because all the air is coming down from the Arctic along the island. Lots of kelp here, big kelp beds along here. So it must be fairly shallow near here somewhere. Alright, so we kind of walked up this trail, up this little Qikiqtarjuaq. It's not very far, I think a mile or so from town. So a few people hiked up here. It's pretty foggy, so you can't see all that much, but the ship is actually in the harbor over there. So yeah, they're getting a little talk here behind us, and yeah, it's a lot of snowmobiles in town. Everywhere you look, there's wrecks and parts of snowmobiles. So we're thinking there's probably about 10 months of winter here and 2 months of poor sledding. Be nice if it wasn't so foggy, but you don't always get to choose what the weather's going to be like when you go for a hike in the Arctic. I think we're going to head to the cultural center. They're supposed to be doing some dancing, some throat singing. That might be kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. If you look at all the houses in town, you notice that there's no basement or anything like that. They're on pilings, and it's underneath there. And it's because it's all permafrost under here, right? So they don't want the heat from the building to melt anything underneath there, otherwise the house will sink. So they're all like that. So that's the way they do it in in the Arctic. Maybe they keep the dogs under there too, I don't know. You see a lot of them have, I don't know, they have a mesh or fence underneath there, I'm not sure why. What colorful buildings here. It looks maybe kind of like Newfoundland a little bit. All different colored buildings. I kind of wonder, there's a stop sign here, and of course there's police here, so I wonder if they write tickets if you don't stop at the stop sign. Let's see if this guy stops. Oh no, he'd get a ticket. Oh yeah, I've talked to the RCMP. I think they're kind of a little lax on their road rule enforcement here. So this is the mall here in Qikiqtarjuaq, I'm not sure. It's called the Northern Store, so they're kind of a staple. They have stores in all these Arctic communications. Unfortunately, today it's Sunday, so, but things aren't maybe as expensive that you would think being way up here. I talked to the one young guy and he said gas was $1.79 a liter, and we're paying $1.50 on Grand Forks for it. So, it is open at 1 p.m. today. So this is like the supermarket of the north. And he said pop would be about $4 a can right now. Well, can you believe this is actually 3 cop cars in this town? I can't imagine there's more than 5,000 kilometers on any vehicle in this town. There's only a few miles of road. We're going to bang on the door and see if they got fur-lined handcuffs. I heard they have fur-lined handcuffs. Better not, I don't want to be staying here any longer than I have to. Well, I guess that's the police station. Seems like a weird place to store it. Yeah, fuel aviation. Turbine engine, so that's Jet B. Right, we're on the other side of the Davis Strait here. We start from Greenland. We came across here. We're at this little town here, and then we're going to head up the Davis Strait. So all the Zodiac's come back into the ship now. Unfortunately, we had to get a good shot of the town. And just in a few minutes, I came out here. It's filled up. Hey, there's our first ice. A little bit of ice rolling down. Watch out, you can hit an iceberg. Like a little crane on the side there. That's how they load the Zodiacs up. So there she goes. Just lift her up and then turn the crane sideways and suck her in there. Oh, there's a big iceberg over the port side here. So I was up on the bridge and we saw on the radar. So we're making our way up. That is Davis Strait ahead of us, and we're going up this inlet called Sam Ford Inlet as we keep moving up, and it gets narrower and narrower. See people out on deck enjoying the scenery. Some pretty spectacular views inside our deck here as we go up the Sam Ford Inlet. Some sort of a structure there, not sure what it is. Maybe it could be for mineral exploration or something. Alright, so we're having a look at this A-Star helicopter, which is a CH-45 in this case. Twin turbine. I think about 7 passengers. 6 passengers? Oh, I'm turning the light here. Yeah. Oh, we have a jump seat in here, so actually we can put 7 in the back.
I'm really short, so I want to be able to see. You'll have a window.
These crooks.